Introducing the starting five for your Oklahoma City Thunder. At the shooting guard position, 6 feet 4 inches, number 5, in the middle, at 7 foot 0 inches, number 55, Isaiah Hartenstein. Starting at power forward, 7 feet 1 inches, number 7, starting at the other forward position, standing 6'5", number 8, at guard, 6'6", number 2,
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Barrett. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. Right now, let's check out the standings in the Eastern Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. You look at the Pacers, advantage in one series.
And seeing where Indiana is, they've fulfilled a lot of the promise they showed coming into the season. But they just haven't taken that next leap forward so many thought they might.
They still had enough players take positive steps forward to call this season a success. Maybe they're not at the top of the standings where they hoped they'd be, but they're in really good position in terms of the playoff picture.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Halliburton in the backcourt, Nembhard to his side. The forward spots with Nesmith and Siakam. And it's Turner in at the 5. And for the Thunder, the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified. And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
Here's Nembhard. Pass to Siakam. And the rejection by Holmgren. Outside, Dort. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And he banks in the layup.
Gilgeous-Alexander is such a tough cover, especially at his size.
And Halliburton's got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Siakam. Turner with a screen for Siakam. That shot off. Good D by Holmgren. Thunder off to a quick start here. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second bucket. Indiana off to a slow start. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, where they were unable to fight off the Thunder.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You can't allow any opponent to shoot that kind of percentage. If you do, it's just going to be so tough to keep up.
That free throw good from Turner.
You just look at the trajectory of Turner's career. He was raw coming into the league, up and down for a number of years, but when he put it all together, he became the total package.
so he picks up just 1 from the line that time. In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yep, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They've built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
First free throw is good. He's listed at 6'5", but Brent, Jalen Williams seems so much bigger than that on the floor.
Yeah, Kevin, one of those guys that has more presence on the floor than the measurements you look at on paper. This guy plays bigger. He's got a great frame. He's got great strength. He's got great poise. And there are a lot of people who are going to recognize just how talented Jalen is.
Here we are sizing up Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Now, here is Halliburton. He picked up 21 points in their last win against New York.
And you could tell the defense was really nervous dribbling or passing the ball anywhere near him in that one. He took advantage of their indecisiveness continually throughout the night, racking up 3 steals.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Turner finds Halliburton. Tries again. Got a piece of it.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. Let's see some of the numbers here for Pascal Siakam.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Now, here's Halliburton. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Closing in the start of the playoffs. Let's see how the West is stacking up. You take a look at the Thunder. They've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up.
And you know, for the Thunder, they've been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
Yeah, they're using that F word, focus. A lot of teams suffer from a lack of concentration in the early part of the season, but not this team. They're ready to play right from the opening tip of the very first game.
Sweet pass from Turner. He's really been working on his ability to pass the ball.
Hartenstein with the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Neesmith. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pulls up on the elbow. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
Halliburton passes to Neesmith. Now here's Turner. Tipped away, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
And let's take a look now. Pascal Siakam's numbers. The past month has been surreal. And ranked among the top 10 in scoring, he can fill it up with the best of them.
And not only is he hitting from deep, he's doing it with great consistency. One of our league's most efficient three-point shooters. Wallace has checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
Now here's Wallace. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Holmgren. Off target from three-point range.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
And Siakam always has options in the mid-range. He's a talented shooter who can make that shot.
Greg, in January 2024, Pascal Siakam was traded out of Toronto.
And he came into the league an older player from a mid-major school. The Raptors did a lot to help Siakam, turning him into an all-NBA caliber player.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Pacers obviously pushed the fast break. Tyrese Halliburton says the emphasis is getting outlets and running, playing fast. That's a good identity to have. It's a team that people want to play for, and it's a style you don't want to play against. You've got to be ready to play us. Kevin, the idea is for them to wear you down.
They fly, David. Baseline to baseline. They can really go. Here's Nembhard. A 14-point game for him in the win against New York.
Defensive mindset tonight was huge. He was a real pest coming up with all those steals and had great activity.
6 to shoot. Here's Mathurin. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And using that body to his advantage, Mathurin will learn to control his strength as he grows in the league.
Now here's Williams. He's coming off a 19-point game against Minnesota. Pass to Holmgren. A putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Thunder lead by 10. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Well, whether the defense is inviting these shots or not, they've been great in the mid-range. And so producing from there, that bodes well.
On the court for Indiana, T.J. McConnell is out there with Halliburton. Then it's Walker. Then there's Obi Toppin. And it's Mathurin in at the small forward. And Brent, you hear some players now having their shooting motion analyzed with optical recognition. More data for the shot doctors.
Well, Kevin, information is one thing, but disseminating that information and being able to communicate that to a player is really where the rubber meets the road. How are you going to help him grow with that kind of analysis?
Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. Wallace outside. Over Halliburton. Wallace misses.
Relaxed defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Halliburton on the wing. Wallace covering. Halliburton against Wallace. Halliburton, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Caruso, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And they pick up 2.
Coaches love Gilgeous-Alexander, and the way that he's working, he's refusing to give in against that kind of airtight defense.
Defensive foul.
Brett, there can't be any question now that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has arrived as an NBA superstar.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, you finish in the top 3 of MVP voting. That is a stamp of approval. SGA, one of the more feared players in the game, and this guy is on his way.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Wallace inside. He's covered by McConnell. Here's Williams. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. For the Thunder, Wattenstein's checked in for Williams. And it's Dort in for Wallace. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Indiana. Andrew Nembhard comes in for T.J. McConnell. Here's Toppin. He picked up 18 points in their last win against New York.
And 3 blocks on the game as well. I mean, he was going all out and making plays defensively.
Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Wiggins finds Dort. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. He's covered by Halliburton. Lock at 6. Wiggins outside. Here's Caruso. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Turner with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. And Turner throws it down.
This is just good point guard fundamentals from Tyrese Halliburton, going to the pick and roll to create a bunch of options.
Pass to Hartenstein. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. This season has been full of surprises, Greg. What's surprising you most about the NBA right now?
Kevin, the game evolves constantly. I mean, the increased speed of the league, a lot more scoring. If your eyes aren't glued to the action, you might miss it.
And the first one drops. Brent, of all the things I could ask you, I've thought about this one. What would you say is the most important thing a team has to do to be an NBA champion?
Kevin, it's pretty simple. Accept your role. And when that happens, stars will be stars, and role players will be there to support the stars in any way they possibly can. But to accept your role and to sacrifice for the good of the team, it's going to give you a chance to hold that trophy.
Back to Halliburton. Pass to Siakam. Turner with a screen on Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Holmgren with a screen on Halliburton. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points now in the quarter. Pacers trail by 17. Pass to Nesmith. Turner looking around. Buries it from three-point range. Turner's got 6 points.
Love seeing this. Turner just rising and firing with no hesitation. Have to respect the confidence he's playing with.
Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Halliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He does, doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report. And he knocks down the first one.
Pascal Siakam has really worked on his game over the years. Barely scored as a rookie and worked himself into an all-NBA selection.
Wallace is checked in for the Thunder. The Pacers also with a sub. Mathurin's checked in. And he makes both free throws. The Thunder leading by 12. Wallace outside. He takes it in. Outside, Dort. Outside, Williams. Holmgren sets the screen for Williams. Just 3 to shoot. Holmgren can't hit. Pacers trail by 12. Here's Siakam. The shot, no good. Good D by Holmgren. Pass to Williams. 1:12 left now here in the second. A 3 ball. It's good from long range. Williams has got 5.
He's so accurate from deep. Williams can torch you.
Outside Mathurin. Siakam outside. He's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Holmgren.
Siakam craving that. He wants you to come get it.
The Pacers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And he can't hit the second.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, as a shooter, Williams is fairly flexible.
Pacers trail by 16. Siakam outside. Pass to Mathurin. Turner with a screen on George. Mathurin for three. Good on the triple. He's got 5.
A smooth operator in that pick and roll. Mathurin understanding how to capitalize with that handle.
Now here's Holmgren. Covered by Siakam. The jump hook. That one a little long. That shot is off. And that concludes the first half. Thunder out in front. They lead by 13. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Coach, where do you look to shore things up at the defensive end of the floor?
They're hitting us in some different areas, you know, so we got to give help on the inside. And with the guys we have playing tonight, we got to be real persistent and real together.
Got to find that chemistry very quickly. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. An uphill battle so far for the Indiana Pacers.
Where's the intensity at the defensive end? They need to get a hand up and contest more shots.
Coach needs to encourage them to be better moving forward, just like I do with you guys.
I'd better put my feet up. It's getting deep in here. All right, and now that we are in the later stages of the season, here's how the standings are looking in the East.
Well, right now for Indiana, last week of the season, they want the playoffs to start, but they still got to take care of business.
Interesting time. You want to avoid injuries, but also not lose your momentum.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Pacers trail by 13. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 slot. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Turner with the screen. Here's Nembhard. Off target from outside. Oklahoma City shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. He's covered by Halliburton. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really infects his entire team.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Turner. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And now we get a chance to check out Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. His last 10 games have been exceptional, and he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And what he's doing right now, carving up defensive schemes at will, second best scorer in the league. It's just a marvelous thing to watch and appreciate. That's good from Turner. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. 17 points was their biggest margin.
Showing more and more how ideal a wing player he is, Williams. Such a polished J.
Pacers trail by 14. Halliburton kicks to Siakam. Here's Nesmith. Still without a basket. Turner with the screen for Siakam. Here's the teardrop. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute and sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league.
An interesting look here at the top assisting point guards this season. Setting up teammates, being a playmaker. One of the hallmarks of being a premier point guard in the NBA. Second is Tyrese Halliburton.
And obviously assists are the name of the game at the point guard position. And that's not lost on these guys. It's all about making their teammates better.
Those are some of the best basketball minds in the NBA. The way they think the game out there is remarkable. Always several steps ahead of the defense, finding the right angles, the right openings, and making one unbelievable play after another.
This one for 3. And Holmgren pulls it down. Holmgren's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Halliburton outside. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Inside, here's Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Halliburton passes to Nembhard. Back to Halliburton. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Alex Caruso is checked in for the Thunder. And a change for the Pacers. Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Nesmith. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Pass to Dort. Here's Caruso. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by Tyrese Halliburton. Pacers trail by 18. Here's Nembhard, defended by Dort. A shot by Nembhard, no good. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Outside, Dort. Releases from 15, and again, no good by Oklahoma City.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Outside Matherin. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Siakam. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Oklahoma City leading by 18. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Caruso finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Pacers with the rebound.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Halliburton passes to Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Halliburton's got 3 assists in the game. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
It's time for the dance game. If you see yourself on the big screen and you know what to do, show us your move. Get off me. Shake it. Show us those moves.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Wallace subbed in for George. Then for the Pacers, Obi Toppin's checked in for Miles Turner. Shepard comes in for Andrew Nembhard. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Halliburton. We've got 1:28 left in the third quarter. Williams kicks to Caruso. Wallace with a screen on McConnell. Caruso, he clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And the Thunder lead by 18. And here's McConnell. He has yet to score. Toppin with it. Now defended by Wiggins. And there's Toppin on the assist by McConnell.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Wiggins, a screen on Toppin. Williams can't hit. Pacers trail by 16. Siakam outside. Pass to Toppin. Takes the three. Rebound by Williams.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Back to Matherin. Toppin with it. He is looking for Siakam and finds him. They double-team Siakam. Matherin for three. The shot will not fall. Siakam against Williams. Wallace with a screen on Siakam. It'll count. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Right back after this break. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Hey, it's all about physical. It's all about physical. Make sure we're running back. Touch somebody.
Pleading for his team, Greg, to be more physical and aggressive.
Something we hear often from Coach Carlisle, urging his team to play tough and physical.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. They've got T.J. McConnell. Benedict Mathurin is out there with Walker. Then there's Tyrese Halliburton. And it's Toppin in at the center, filling out the middle. Halliburton kicks to McConnell. Shot clock at 6. He doesn't hit that one. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder leading by 18. Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. Mathurin against Caruso. Stolen by Walker. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Outside Mathurin. Walker a screen. With the floater and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, that athleticism of Mathurin is what makes him such a tough one to guard.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
And I feel like another part of tonight's game has been the hustle points, getting up and down, getting second chances, getting transition opportunities. They've been fantastic in that area.
And I like the drive of this kid. Mathurin, really a team player.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Dort's checked in. Andrew Nembhard's checked in for the Pacers. Both shots good from the stripe. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. He's covered by Halliburton. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Pacers trail by 16. Back to Halliburton. Outside Mathurin. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And battling against the interior of that defense, nice to see that Mathurin has that toughness.
Mathurin at the line for 2.
He misses the free throw. And he's good on the second. The Thunder leading by 15. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one's on target from the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points in the quarter.
And we're all too familiar with these kind of outbursts from SGA.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Mathurin. Williams with the block. Caruso against Halliburton. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 on the clock. Toppin pulls it in. And Mathurin has got the ball here for the Pacers. Trailing by 17. Pass to Halliburton. And he's good on the 3-ball.
No hesitation from Tyrese Halliburton. He's a confident guy.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. the Thunder, Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Wiggins, and it's Williams in for Alex Caruso. The Pacers also changing it up. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Toppin. Pascal Siakam comes in for Walker. And it's Nesmith in for Benedict Mathurin. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Mark Daigneault talking to his team during the break. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. We have to play like we're tied. They want their team to sustain that level of effort, and we'll see how it works out. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's Williams. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And Turner kicks to Siakam. Pass to Nesmith. Siakam, a screen on Williams. Nesmith can't get it to go.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Hartenstein. Outside Williams. Here's Dort. They get it back. Hartenstein. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Aaron Nesmith.
First team foul. At the line for 2, Isaiah Hartenstein.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. That's off as well, so he misses both. Pacers trail by 16. Here's Nesmith. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander.
13 foul. Shooting for Indiana, Aaron Nesmith. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Oklahoma City leading by 14. Top of the key, Hartenstein. Outside, Dort. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
That's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Indiana again missing. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Outside, Dort trying to find Halliburton and gets it to him. And here's the fast break. Siakam leading the way. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Halliburton's got 4 assists now tonight.
You see the mobility on the break. Siakam goes after every easy scoring opportunity he sees.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Good D by Siakam.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
No good on that one. Nice D from Williams. Oklahoma City shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Thunder.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
Well, in a dominant year where we've watched this team battle night in and night out all season long, this will bring their win total to an impressive 69.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.